Hi, good afternoon. Let's take a deeper look today into learning language and culture and how they are important and go hand in hand. Let's start by looking at the history of the English language as a whole. There are four main groups or time periods of the evolution of the English language, starting with Old English, and this was brought to the British Isles by the Saxons, Anglos, and the Jutes. They had a very big impact during this era on the foundation and base of the English language. There were words taken from Latin and the Vikings during this time. Next is the Norman Conquest, or the Middle English. New vocabulary was learned during this time by the Vikings. It's known that over 2,000 words were adopted from the Norse or Viking language during this era. Modern English is the era of Shakespeare. Shakespeare had a huge impact on the culture and literature of the English language history, and still can be seen throughout education and learning English today. The Great Vowel Shift also happened during this era. The vowels became much shorter and harder in sound. Print became a thing, which made English a language of print and a common language for others to learn. Last is current English, from the 1800s to current time, which is a lot of time to cover, but the English language was transformed during this time by new vocabulary coming from the Native Americans, the invention of the internet, scientific discovery, and up to current slang and abbreviations we use now in text messages, emails, even in simple conversation with friends and family. So those are the four main groups of time periods for the English language. Now let's look at Spanish and English and what they have in common. Both of the languages have a deep history and influence from other cultures and languages. As the languages evolved, they got bits and pieces of different cultures and languages, making them basically what they are today. Why is it important to learn culture and language? I think these two things go hand in hand. I think if you learn culture, you have a better understanding of the language. It's easier to speak. It makes more sense for you when using it with native speakers. I think it's important to learn about food, music, traditions, holidays, clothes, and even down to educational differences. My experience here in Mexico, education system is much different than my experience in the United States. And I think learning that also can help you be a better teacher, and also to help you learn the language even more. English in Mexico, or culture, American culture in Mexico, is vibrant. I think that many people come or go to the north, to America to work, to look for that American dream. Maybe it doesn't work out and they come back and they've picked up parts of American culture they like, or they still want to continue while they are living here. Or you get the snowbirds that come down south here to live or retire, like all the people in Chapala or in Bucerias. There's big populations of Canadians, Americans who love the Mexican culture and come here to live and enjoy the sunshine. With all of these different movements and our borders, sharing a border, we have lots of influences of American culture here in Mexico. The Mexican culture is still very hardy and strong and is beautiful, and you see it all throughout Mexico, but there are bits and pieces of American culture, holidays, foods in the grocery stores, activities at school that are not normal to Mexican culture or traditions, but more towards the English side of the culture. So I think that is important for students to experience, even people to experience when they're learning English. Maybe they're learning it to get a better job or to travel or just learning it as a hobby. Understanding that culture of where the language is spoken and really experiencing it is going to help you understand and speak the language much better. So in my opinion, language and culture go hand in hand. You can't teach one without the other. And I hope this information was helpful. Thank you.